I'm actually making a video for a comment that somebody left on our Instagram page. The bed that they go to, the salon that they go to, just got the k11 air in, and they asked me to go over how to use it because apparently every single person at their salon says something different. So I'm hoping I can help. All right. So the really cool thing about the k11 is it's customizable. So sensitive is going to put out about 80% of the max UV light that the bed can give off. Medium is going to put out 90%, and intensive is going to be 100%. I ended up metering these lights, and now it was a UVA UVB meter, so it isn't like a full scale. But in my Alpha 8000, the lamps that are in the facial were like 120 milliwatts per centimeter squared, which is very strong. But it took about 3 minutes to reach that part. This bed on the high intensity is that or stronger, and that's instant, and there's no fluctuation. I love this. And then when you adjust it, it does drop accordingly. So if you're feeling like you're toasty, if you're worried about burning, you can go lower and it is going to drastically reduce the UV output. Now, the cool thing is you have different areas that you can tan in, and each one's gonna have like a little bit different of sun. And from there, you can actually change the time of day. So think like midday is gonna be the strongest. So midday is going to be like the strongest, and that's going to be like here. And then sunset's going to be more like you want to bronze, and sunrise is going to be you want to build. Sorry, I can't click and watch at the same time. You can adjust this while you're in there. Intensive is going to be the hottest the bed feels. Sunset's going to be the coolest the bed feels. Sunrise is kind of in the middle from what I remember. The air, you have low, medium, and high. And then in a second, I'm going to actually take you to the controls at the head because you can control it even further from there. You want to stay as cool as possible when you tan. As soon as your body starts sweating, it's just another layer for the tan to go through. Why would you want that? So always encourage people to use tan, get that oxygen flow going, which is required by your body to produce a healthy tan. And you don't want to be covered in sweat, right? So music, some people are going to have like Alexa hooked up. We just have what they have, which is regular music and then nature sounds. And then people can choose to connect to the Bluetooth off of their own devices. You can turn off the guided voice if you want. She's very polite in this one. And then the AquaCool, you have low, medium, or high. Now, when you're laying in the booth, you're actually going to have control panels up here, and it's a little bit more in depth. So if you go into the sun setting, you can actually turn the red light lamps up and down. You can turn the body tanners up and down as well. And then you're also able to turn the face tanners up and down. So if you feel like you're hot on your face, you can go up and down. If you feel like you're hot on your body, or all of the above. And then same thing with the air, you have the low, medium, high, but you can actually bump up this all the way up to 10. And depending on what they have their settings on, it just depends what they have it set to automatically. I think ours starts like right in the middle, but you can turn the face tanners high or face air higher or lower, body, or both. And then these adjust. So you can adjust the airflow to your face a little bit better. And then the comfort settings, you can turn the air conditioner on or off. I always recommend it on. The AquaCool on or off. I'm not 100% sure if this like makes it spray, but you can adjust the intensity of the spray here. And then you can change your music, and you can change the songs and the volume right above. Would I tan in this every day? No, I don't tan in anything every day because science shows that if you tan every day, it interrupts the process of your body forming the melanin, which protects you from burning, and that actually causes DNA damage. So we want to avoid that and tan every other day. Lower skin types, though, I honestly would say like every 3 days until they know what this bed does. And slow and steady definitely wins the race. This is the one that we start, like if you're skin type 2, we started at 2. If you're a 3, you started at 3. If you're a 4, you started at 4. No matter where you go, unless you're used to like high pressure tans, but those also don't have high burning ray. So this one, we always start people low. If somebody's in our other best bed, full-time religious tanner, we start them at 5 minutes. But if somebody's a skin type 2, we'll start them at like 3 minutes just to be safe. This baby packs a punch. I hope that helped anybody that does have questions. The cool thing about the bed though is the mist comes from above your feet and over you instead of just blowing or spraying right at you like this area. It is very, very, very refreshing. The air conditioner though, it cools the bottom of the bed, so you don't really feel it completely while you're in there, but it does work and you notice if it's off. Again, I don't recommend sweating and being hot. I know some people love to get that warm feeling, but you might struggle getting a better tan that way because you're counterproducting your body being able to get a tan. Oh, and I really, 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 really want to emphasize the impact of having that instant full light, that heat as soon as you turn on the bed. You don't waste any tan time with the bed warming up, lights turning on, lights finally reaching their full power. You are getting the most intense right off the bat the entire way through. It is absolutely incredible. The LED technology also doesn't have, they call it the stinky ray. So you shouldn't stink after a tanning session as long as you don't naturally stink in general, because heat is just going to amplify that. But if you go in a tanning bed and you come out smelling gross, and it's not because of your tanning lotion, it's your skin biome, this doesn't activate that response in your skin. So I honestly think it's gentler of a tan, but be careful because you can burn.